the Transportation and Commerce meeting will come to order. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Alderwoman Behringer,
Present.
Alderman Moore, Alderman Vaquero, Alderman Cone,
Present.
Alderwoman Howard, Alderwoman Ingracia, Chairwoman Krewson.
Here.
We have 4 present, we have a quorum.
Okay, we have 4 board bills before us, and if you all would introduce yourself, and the first bill will take us Board Bill 58, just so everyone knows.
Antonio Strong, Airport Deputy Director of Finance.
Rich Kismer, Airport Legal Department.
And Robert Salarano, the Airport Properties Division Manager.
Okay, thank you. So, the first board bill is Board Bill number 58, which is a Shoeshine concession agreement between the city and Airport Shoeshine. You want to talk about that?
Yes, ma'am. We're requesting your approval of a Shoeshine concession agreement with Airport Shoeshine. The premises for this, there's 4 Shoeshine stands in Terminal 1 and 1 Shoeshine stand in Terminal 2. In Terminal 1, it's 2 pre-security and then 1 on each concourse behind security, the A and C concourse. And the one in Terminal 2 is behind security in what's commonly known as the Southwest Terminal. This is 5 contract years beginning July 1st, 2016, ending June 30th, 2021. This was a competitive bid concession agreement, and there were 2 bidders. One of the bidders was non-responsive regarding ACDBE efforts. The ACDBE participation on this contract is 100%. The revenue to the airport is the minimum annual guarantee of $50,000 plus 10% of their gross revenue. And the concessionaire will make approximately $25,000 in improvements to the premises to really just to make the premises look nicer. And in this concession agreement, we're also going to require the concessionaire to accept credit cards. We respectfully request your approval of this concession agreement.
Thank you. Rob, just for the record, is this the same concession that we have now, concessionaire?
It is the same concessionaire as the incumbent.
Okay, thank you. So we'll have questions. Alderwoman Behringer?
I really don't have a question about this particular bill. We have enough people who still wear shoes that need to be shined. I feel sorry when I walk by the shoe shine people because people in airports are like wearing Crocs.
Yeah, their business has went down over the years, but it's still a going concern, and there was no issue getting them to bid again.
Okay, that was my only comment. I'm sorry. That's it. Thank you.
Alderman Vaccaro?
I have no questions.
Alderman Cone?
No questions.
I have no questions. Chair would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to pass Board Bill 58.
Second.
Pass recommendation.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to pass out Board Bill 58 with a due pass recommendation. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Alderwoman Behringer,
Aye.
Alderman Vaquero,
Aye.
Alderman Cone,
Aye.
Chairwoman Krewson.
Aye.
We have 4 ayes and 0 noes.
Okay, thank you. The next board bill is Board Bill number 59. One of you want to take that one?
This is a restated and amended lease agreement with Binational Gateway Terminal LLC. This agreement replaces an agreement approved by Ordinance 6991. A lot of the provisions for this agreement remain the same. The agreement began July 1st, 2015. The use of the facility is still going to be for international air cargo and dual customs with the United Mexican States. And the insurance and a lot of the boilerplate remains the same. The changes that we're asking for, if I can hold up this, the northern tract is right here, and Binational in the old agreement leased the eastern portion of it, and now they're going to lease the eastern portion and the portion to the west. So they're increasing their premises. They're increasing approximately 13 acres, so instead of 48 acres, the agreement will now cover 61 acres. We added a Boeing utility parcel that we're in the process of purchasing from Boeing, and we changed the redevelopment schedule. So we're the rental and redevelopment schedule. On the redevelopment side, it's still to be developed in 3 phases. And the development should be complete at the end of 7 years of the agreement. The rental payments were supposed to begin January 1st, 2017. we're gonna have rent now due beginning July 1st, 2017. So that's a change of 6 months and a pushback of 6 months, but we're getting a larger development out of it. Whereas as of January 1st, 2017, we were gonna be getting approximately $250,000 a year. With the larger development, we're gonna get $277,000 a year. And during the term of the agreement, that pushes up to nearly $1 million a year in rental, in annual rent payments. We do anticipate full completion of the premises and of the development by July 1st, 2023. The rent term remains at 40 years, beginning July 1st, 2015, ending June 30th, 2055. I can tell you that the developer, Binational Gateway Terminal, has started some construction over there. They've built their construction office, and they're still in the process of reviewing their plans and planning for additional construction. And we respectfully request your approval of this restated and amended lease agreement.
And so this is increasing the territory, the geography by 13 acres.
Yes.
It is pushing back the start date for the payments on this lease by 6 months.
Exactly.
Correct? And the reason that's needed is that the developer is continuing to obtain financing for the project.
It's obtaining financing, and it's also his design has changed a little bit. When he's went in, he's decided instead of demolishing some of the buildings, he wants to keep some of the buildings. And as his design has changed, it's changed the development scope and the development layout.
And the reason for this project in the first place is to bring dual customs.
Exactly.
For cargo, yeah.
Exactly, to accommodate dual customs and air cargo. The gentleman who's really the president of Binational Gateway Terminals is Ricardo Farias, and Ricardo has a plan to bring dual customs facility here. That is Mexican customs facilities, Mexican customs officials actually stationed at Lambert and stationed at the airport, pre-clearing customs destined for Mexico. And on the other side, customs destined for the United States will be pre-cleared in Mexico before they leave. And this hopefully will lead to a lot of development around the airport. And rental payments is one thing that the airport will definitely benefit from. The other thing is all the airfield activity, cargo flights, collection of fees, and everything else will also be a real benefit to the airport and the community.
And do we have to wait for, I don't know if it's the FAA, I guess it's probably US Customs to actually award us this dual customs? I mean, is there some federal government action that needs to be required before we get the dual customs?
Before the dual customs can actually begin, they're working through federal government on both the United States and the Mexican side. It's been a steady process, and we're all very confident that it's going to happen. But I can also tell you that Binational wants to do this with or without the Mexican customs piece.
Dual customs, yeah.
With or without the dual customs piece.
That would be a convenience to shippers, right?
Exactly.
And most of what we get from Mexico that we import, or that the cargo that's coming to St. Louis from Mexico is fruits.
From what I understand, a lot of fruits and vegetables comes up from Mexico. And Schnucks just built a very large warehouse facility right near the airport.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that that's a target customer.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what do we ship to Mexico?
I'm not certain of all the exact things that go back to Mexico, but a lot of that will be on the backfill is something that Ricardo's working with.
Okay. Alderwoman Behringer.
Is Ricardo working with the state to look at what items out of Missouri could go back to Mexico?
Yeah, Ricardo is working with the state on a number of different issues, including the backfill for the cargo. One thing is they've taken a look at some livestock and things like that as well.
Beef
Yes,
would be huge
yes.
in Mexico. And that's all I have, thank you.
Alderman Vaccaro.
I don't have any questions.
Alderman Cone.
No questions.
Okay.
I make a motion that we pass Board Bill 59 out with due pass recommendation.
Second.
Previous roll.
Motion is section. Is there any objection to this roll? Hearing no objection, Board Bill 59 passes out with the due pass recommendation. Thank you. Okay, Board Bill 71. Oh, by the way, if I could just interject here, Rhonda is sorry that she can't be here today, but she, her daughter had a grandbaby, or her daughter had a baby, so she had a grandbaby. So, you know,
Yes.
priorities. Not that this isn't important, but she couldn't make it. So, Board Bill 71.
Board Bill 71, we're requesting your approval for a Cargo City lease agreement with Southwest Airlines Company. The premises actually includes parts of 2 buildings in Cargo City, buildings 4A and 5A. It's to the east of the airport in the Cargo City facility. Southwest Airlines uses these two separate areas for ground service maintenance, maintenance of the ground service equipment, tugs and things like that, as well as processing of air cargo, belly cargo for their aircraft. The annual rental is $127,126.89. The term of the agreement is 5 years, beginning July 1st, 2016, ending June 30th, 2021, and we respectfully request your approval of this agreement for premises in Cargo City.
And this is a renewal?
It is a renewal. Southwest has expanded over in Cargo City. They're taking part of Building 3A now, or Building 3 on a short-term lease, and we're negotiating a long-term lease with them on that building as well.
And is Southwest Airlines happy?
We
I hope they're very happy.
we have some every day, yes.
Right. Are you happy? Okay. Alderwoman Behringer,
No questions.
Alderman Vaccaro,
Questions?
Alderman Cone.
No questions.
All right, I would say yes, we pass Board Bill 70 out with the new pass recommendation.
Second.
Previous roll.
We have a motion and a second, request for previous roll. Is there any objection? Board Bill 71 passes out with a due pass recommendation. Wait a minute, where's our committee sub on these?
They can speak to that.
There were no committee substitutes needed. They're having a special session of the Board of E&A
Oh,
on June 30th, so that will
okay,
take care of that need.
didn't know that.
It was
All
to
right.
change dates, yeah, that's good.
It was, I knew, and that just dawned on me that we were gonna have a committee. Okay, so, well, that's good. Okay, Board Bill 72.
This is a space permit with Delta Airlines Incorporated, and this we're gonna go to the west side of the facility, actually, and this is in the Shops Road area, which is right in there. And the airline shops buildings, this is where Delta actually does the maintenance on their ground service equipment. They have 3,501 square feet of space in the airline service building. The term of the agreement begins on July 1st, 2016, ends on June 30th, 2021. The annual rental is $33,084.45. We respectfully request your approval of this space permit with Delta Airlines.
Okay, any questions, Alderman Behringer?
No questions.
No questions.
Alderman Vaccaro, Alderman Cone.
And I would ask we pass Board Bill 72 out with the new pass recommendation.
Second.
And previous roll.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to pass out Board Bill 72 with a due pass recommendation. Any objection to previous roll? Hearing no objection, Board Bill 72 passes out with a due pass recommendation. All right. Am I saying what you're supposed to say?
Absolutely. No.
Okay.
You're,
Good. I was like, maybe Tim wanted to say.
no, not at all.
Okay, fine. Okay, I think we're done for the day. Thank you.
Thank you all very
Appreciate it.
much.
Thank you.
Motion to adjourn. Second, previous roll.